I imagine, raising a lot of money, growing really fast. You've been there for 2 years. You've gone from 500-ish people to 800 plus people. There's a lot of pressure to move really, really fast, like you said. And the pressure not only from executive level and the board and from investors from the funding, but also just from the managers that they're accountable for hitting certain numbers and getting people into seats and getting them productive, especially on the revenue side. So that creates a lot of pressure. And it sounds like you've created a really nice structured process to balance speed and quality. What are some of the things that you're focused on right now specifically?
Yeah, so really providing those resources to our hiring managers and giving them the right training that they need. We're a little bit slower right now, so it's a great time to kind of go back to the basics because when I started, it was just like fill roles, fill roles, fill roles. And so I've was able to bring in, some of my own personal best practices, but we were all moving so quickly and trying to keep up as much as possible that we just, we kind of did our own thing and kept our heads down and recruited like crazy. But now it's really nice that we're able to take some time to step back. And so we're working on putting together interview training so we can really really hone in on best practices, interview skills, what is behavioral based interviewing and how do you probe and how do you assess what, the right candidates. We're working on really structuring our internal recruitment process because it's just in the past, it's kind of like, okay, just get it done type of thing. So we're really working on putting some structure and some process around that. We're working on, just gathering our resources and sharing best practices. So it's kind of nice to have a little bit of downtime. I mean, I still have several roles that I'm working on. We're definitely growing, but, it has tapered off a little bit and it's given us time to work on some projects, which is nice.
Sure, yeah, you can reinvest back into the recruitment process and everything that you guys are doing. And I think it's an important point that you bring up in empowering hiring managers to be an extension of the talent acquisition team, right? By coaching them, providing them with resources, helping them, which types of questions to ask, how to ask those questions, how to probe in interviews, all those types of things. It makes them extensions of your team in the sense that they have these recruiting skills, even though they're not in a recruiting position. And at scale, that makes your job a lot easier because you don't have to do everything, right? I don't have to build out every single interview kit or guide and give questions for every round of interview because you've got people that are trained internally that don't sit in a recruiting seat that can contribute to recruiting in a meaningful way.